Hey y'all, this video will probably get no views because I'm shooting it during the playoffs, so everybody's in football mode and nobody's probably interested in my little video, but I'm going to shoot it anyway because this is my attempt to escape the football madness. So if y'all hear some yelling and cheering and clapping in the background, just ignore it. It's football going on in the other room. So anyway, I know the title of today's video is a little misleading. No, I do not have a twin, but I chose that topic because a lot of times we like to compare, and not necessarily always a comparison thing. We also, if we feel like we're getting a really good deal on something, we like to pass the information on to see if others can get the deal too, right? So the topic of this video is my twin sister's insurance policy costs a lot less than mine, or something like that. That might not be the exact title, but something like that. So I want to go into the reasons that, with all else being equal, two people could be paying different premiums for the exact same amount of coverage. So, and it's no more perfect example to use than twins because they're the same exact age. So let's just say there was a set of twin sisters born on the same day, and they were applying for the exact same amount of coverage with the exact same company, and that, you know, their policies were twins as well. There was nothing different in one policy than there was in the other policy. It's with the same company, and again, they're twins, so they're the same age. So but they're paying two different premium amounts for their policy, and people may think, you know, someone may ask, well, why is that? So let me go into the reasons that something like that could occur. So one twin could it could be a height and weight issue. So a lot of times when we think about height and weight as it relates to insurance, people think that if you're over a certain weight and you're a certain height, you can be denied for coverage, which is true. Or you can also, the company may insure you, but they may say you have to pay a higher premium amount. But what people tend to not realize is that you can also be underweight, and that can affect the premium that you pay as well. So if you're considered underweight, you can be denied for coverage, or you can have to pay a higher premium, because being overweight or being underweight, you'll be looked at as a higher risk for insurance. So you may have to pay a higher premium. And every insurance carrier has their own guidelines set for what they consider to be overweight or underweight. So that's one reason that could cause two people, with all else being equal, to pay two different premium amounts. Now, let's just say there wasn't a height weight issue, but one twin had something in her prescription history or something in her medical history that the insurance company considers to be a higher risk. They could come back and say, okay, we will insure her. However, she has to pay a higher premium amount. Another reason would be that maybe one twin is getting the standard rate. It's not, there was nothing in her medical history or nothing in her prescription history that would cause her to pay a higher amount, but her twin could be in what the company considers a preferred health status, where maybe one twin had a prescription for something a few months back, but it was nothing too serious, nothing that they would consider her to be unhealthy. But the other twin, in the last few years, she hasn't had any prescriptions. She hasn't had any reasons to have to be seen at the hospital besides, normal routine hospital visits. And she's in optimum health. Whatever her height, weight is, they consider it to be perfect. And they may put her at a preferred status where she pays a little lower because they consider her to be in optimum health. So that does happen. And if you learn something new today, that's maybe something you may want to check into. If you feel as though, I'm very healthy, I never get sick, I never have any prescriptions, and I've never been offered a preferred rate, or I never even heard about it, it may be something you want to look into. It may save you a few dollars. And another reason could be that one twin has a more high risk occupation. So let's just say one twin is a secretary, very low risk occupation, and the other one scrapes gum off the ceilings, off the roofs of apartment buildings in the rain. That's probably not an occupation, but I'm just throwing that out there. She's out there during the rain and she's scraping gum off the roof of apartment buildings. That's pretty risky. So they would make that, they would probably say that she has a high risk occupation, so we're going to charge her a little more to insure her. So those are a few things that would cause someone to pay a little more than someone who's the exact same age as them and they're applying for the exact same coverage. So it's probably not a good thing. If you feel like, I got this amount of coverage and I'm paying an awesome price and you want to pass that information on, or if you're the one who's a friend of yours or your cousin or sister, you two are similar in age and they're paying this awesome premium amount for this high amount of coverage. So you're like, yeah, let me check out this company because I should be able to get the same amount of coverage. It doesn't always work out that way just because you're in the same age group. Typically, ideally it does, but there are a few variables that can make one pay more and one pay less. And I use the example of twin sisters because it could have been a twin brother and a twin sister. They would be born on the same day, but typically males pay slightly more in coverage than females do. So you may notice that you can have a man who may be a year or two younger than a woman, and their premium amounts may sometimes equal out to be the same, or the man may pay slightly more because they look at guys, I guess, as a little more risky. Well, I guess because the life expectancy, that's probably why it's a little more expensive to insure men than women. So this video, now I'm doing really good on time. We're only at 8 minutes. And I didn't intend this one to be long at all. I just wanted to escape a little bit of the football madness going on. And not this week's because I shot a video 2 days ago, which is odd. I normally don't shoot them that close together. But since I have y'all on here, and I got a few minutes to burn, let me talk a little bit. What is the appropriate amount of time between videos? Like if I'm doing them 2 days apart, is that too much? Are y'all going to be like, she's just overwhelming us with insurance information? I was doing it maybe 4 days in between. I think that's a good amount of time, but today is an exception. So today's weird fact about me ties in to the title of the video. So today's weird fact is that I'm obsessed with twins. If it's anything that has to do with twins, I want to read about it. I want to see it. I want to know. I'm just, since I was little, I've always been obsessed with twins. I used to want to be a twin. I used to want 2 sets of twins. I still wouldn't mind a set of twins now. But yeah, and even my favorite twin story is the biblical story about Jacob and Esau. I'm absolutely obsessed with that story, how they fought each other in the womb. I think twins are absolutely awesome. And I knew a set of triplets growing up, but for some reason, even though triplets are even more rare than twins, they're just not quite as fascinating as twins for me. I don't know why that is, but I'm real big on twins. I'm obsessed. So I even subscribe to a couple twin channels on YouTube. That's how fascinated I am by twins. So this video is barely over 10 minutes. And I got to give you the song that's playing in my head today. So this is going to really sound crazy because it's a combination of 2. So the same song that was playing 2 days ago when I did my last video, Alicia Keys, Like You'll Never See Me Again, that's still in there, going on. But there's also a Baltimore club mix playing because I heard it on a YouTube video, and now that's stuck in my head. So I have like an Alicia Keys club mix remix thing going on in my head. So before I end this, I just want to recap some of the reasons that would cause 2 people applying for the same amount of coverage, the exact same age, nothing different in the policy, the exact same company, to pay 2 different premium amounts. One could be considered preferred health status and they get a better rating. One could have something in their prescription or medical history that could cause them to pay a higher amount. One could have a more high-risk occupation. And one could, I completely went blank. What was the other one that I discussed? One could, oh my goodness, y'all, I completely went blank. What was the last one? One could, this is foolishness. Completely went blank. High-risk job. Health history. Help me out. Somebody help me out. I can't. What was it? High-risk occupation. Health prescriptions, height, weight. Yeah, height, weight. That falls under health, but I just, want to make the distinction that it's not always overweight. It can be underweight as well. So those are the reasons. I'm going to end this. We're at 13. I think that's my shortest one yet. All right, so until next time, this is video number 5. Come back and join me for video number 6. See you later. Enjoy your football.